In today's video we will complete the navigation part along with styling. So I have shown you how to add the navigation menu, but for the sub menus we will see later. Now first let's start with the website, and then after adding few components, and then we'll see the sub menu part also. So today we will just style this part. We'll remove these dividers, and then we'll add some logo and then some background, and how to do that we'll see. So I will open my editor. Let's open the navigation menu. So this is what we have, right? First let's just add all the class names, so that when we are styling it will be very easy for us. Okay, we have added the nav bar for this, and for the navigation we have role navigation, and let's add nav bar to this only instead of there. We'll remove from here. Okay, and then after this navigation let's add one more div. It will be very easy for us to add some styling. Okay, I will close this div above nav, since I have opened below. Okay, now let's just name this as class nav wrapper, nav hyphen wrapper. Okay, we are good with this. And then we have the UL, all the items, and let's make sure that we will add all these under one more div, so that we can style it one common. So this is above the UL, right? So it should be after the UL. Let's close here, and then we will add the class name as nav items. So here we are showing the items, so let's just name it as nav items wrapper. And UL, we have the UL, and let's give the UL class as nav items, and let's save it. Now for each SLES item, so this is in the navigation, we'll see that later. So first let's push this. What it will not show anything, but let's just push this. And now let's create a file, navigation menu.css file. This is a CSS file. So in the CSS file we have to add all the classes, right? Whatever we have created till now, let's just add all those first. So we have created one nav bar. Let's copy it from here, nav bar, and then nav wrapper. Next go, and then we have to copy here. And after that let's go with next class. What is it? It's nav items. Okay, nav items, and then we have one more class also, nav items wrapper. Nav items wrapper. So we have added all those four classes. Now what we will do is, let's just add some background to this whole nav bar, and let's remove these dividers, and then let's add the font family and font style for this. Okay, so I am going to do the same for the navigation menu item LWC also. Let's just create one CSS file for this navigation menu item.css. Okay, now let's just name this as label. For the A tag, let's give it as label, LABL, and then in here dot label, and then open. So for first let's so the nav bar, so this one, right? So for this we have to add the CSS. For the nav bar, let's add background color. So I have a particular code, so I would like to add some lavender shade. AF, and then BF. I think this is it. Yeah. So after adding the background color, let's add the height of that nav bar. Let's give it some 100 pixel. After seeing that, we can change. Let's give the display as flex so that it will be easy later. Justify content, we want all the items to be at the center only, all the nav menu items, so that nav bar. Then align items center. So now this part we have completed for the nav bar. Let's just push our changes and see. Let's refresh. It should reflect here. Okay, dividers are not gone. I think we have added the dividers here only, so let's just remove that from here. So these dividers will be gone now. Yeah, they are gone. And next, in the next is nav wrapper, this part. So we have all the items here. Let's just add one logo also here. So for that we need to add the image tag, right? So let's add one image tag under the nav wrapper here. Okay, img image. So let's give the class as logo. Let's put our logo there. LOGO logo. And in the source we will give the URL. So let's name our website as Bookhaven. So I have given in the alt text. So for the source we have to upload the image, right? So we can do it in two ways. The first one is we can do it by uploading it to the static resource and then referring that here. The other way is uploading the image as files and then generating a public link for that and then using that public link here. So we will choose the public link option. Why? Because when we make this site as available for the guest users, since they are not part of Salesforce, they won't be able to see the static resource images. So if we give the public URL, that means public link, it will be accessible for everyone. That means everyone can see the image irrespective of their login. Okay, so first let's go to files. So after that click on new file and then I will choose my logo from here and then done. So after that you have to click drop down, public link, no expiration date, create link and then create. So you have to copy the link. Now let's check. Okay, so yeah, we have it, and we should not use this link. Why? Because this is public link which is in the Salesforce preview format. See, if you observe this, you are not just seeing the image, you are also seeing the preview of the image. So we have to right click and then copy the image address. So that will give you the address. Okay, so in the source let's just copy it, and now let's deploy and see whether our logo is there or not. Okay, it's deployed. Let's go and refresh, and after that we'll see how to style the logo also. Okay, since we gave it center, here it is. Let's not worry, let's continue our styling. And in the nav wrapper, that means the image part and the items part, so let's give it as display so that they will be side by side. Okay, display in a row, and then justify content, let's give space between, and then align items, center, and the width should be complete. It should occupy the whole screen, right? So let's give it as 100%. And then in the nav items, let's go. Okay, we have the image also, right? So let's add the logo class as well. Now for the nav items, what we should style, these are UL, right? For the nav items also, let's give it as display flex only. Flex will always give us more flexibility to design. Align items, center, and again in the nav, what else, nav items wrapper, that means this div. So we need this also, the display as flex only. After that, justify, we want all the nav items to be in the center. Flex scroll one, like as we add, it should allow the nav items to take the available space, right? So we will add that. And let's go with the logo also. For logo, flex shrink 0. Why? Because we want to make sure that logo will not shrink, it will be the size like what the actual logo is. Then we can adjust the height later. Okay, let's give height as 25 vh, and then let's see. I think we have to give the margin because it will be now to the extreme left of the screen. Okay, let's see first. Okay, it's not extreme left, this is fine. Now let's change this part, and we have to go here. Now all these labels, that means A tags, they are in the A tags, right? So if we go, we have named as label class. So here let's give the color, let's change the color to black. Now they are blue, right? So let's change. I think we have to give it as important. Why? Because whenever you give this color, it will take the Salesforce default color. So let's just put it like that. And then font weight, let's make them as bold, or we can use these weights also. Let's see UI and then change accordingly. Font family, I will show how to import custom font also, but for now let's just go with cursive font. Okay, let's refresh. Okay, we are good with this. So let's increase the font size a bit. Size is very small. Font size, we'll put it as larger and then check. And we can add as many navigation menus, menu as in menu items. So larger itself is this much, or else we can give pixels also, but let's just stick with this part. And we will add few more, then it will be very nice. Okay, and we can reduce the space also if needed, but let's not do it all those things now. After adding all our navigation menus, and then let's see, or else we can check everything in from the inspect only. Okay, so if we go to the UL, we gave center. Okay, so they are to this, and you can just uncheck and you can check from everything here. Nav items wrapper, so this is center. So let's justify content. If we remove it, so they'll move to the extreme left, and then we see this so much of space. Or else let's just add some margin here, margin left, some 10%. Okay, this is good. Margin left 10%. So we have changed in the nav items wrapper, right? So let's just go again and check it. Yeah, in the margin left we gave 10 in the nav items wrapper. So let's change that. So instead of justifying the content to the center, let's move to the left and we'll give 15% now. Okay, save and then deploy. Okay, it's deployed. Refresh. Okay, this is good. I think it's better if we give here also space above. So when you click on the inspect, these UI will change, but don't check with the inspect always. It's just for reference. Like you don't have to always go to the code, and if you can just test few things here and then you can apply it there and then see the changes. So margin top, let's give margin top as 1% and see 1%. Now let's close this, and this is okay, 1% is okay. Now the logo is clear, so let's add that also here. Label, sorry, it's for logo, right? Margin top 1% and then deploy. So when you deploy it and then you refresh, you can see the changes in builder, but sometimes those changes will not be reflected in builder also. You just refresh and publish and then you can see the changes. Okay, we have to publish every time so that users will be able to see the changes. Unless you publish the site, no other user will be able to see this. Okay, we are good with the navigation menu, and in the next video we will start with some adding some banner and then adding some cards and navigation, and then we'll design a footer also. Okay, thank you.